Just Sit should be the first boat out in PSB Racing, 600 horsepower with a 406 cubic inch Chevy. Their sponsors, of course, PSB Clearview Suntough Translucent Roofing Products, Drainage Systems, Magnum Automotive, Newdick Sheet Metals, GJ Gardner Homes, just to name a few of the good kind sponsors of this boat.
Yeah, I tell you what, PSP really getting behind this team, and indeed the Jet Sprint Series full on. And of course, we are now in the Group A's, brought to you by Altherm. Ollie Silverton really came out quite fast in qualifying 2. What will we see now in qualifying 4? We are about to find out. Yep, taking off very nicely indeed. Full noise into the first hairpin. Great cornering ability. That boat just absolutely sticking exactly where he wanted. A bit wobbly coming out of there. Might not just have the entry right. Upset the boat just a little bit. But Ollie Silverton really got a head of steam at the moment. How does he go in the transition? Oh, caught a little bit of the inside of the bank. That could have been disastrous. Was very lucky not to have that thing spat straight into the mouthbrush sign. Bobbles it around the hairpin, around Suzuki. And now he's going to have to really hustle to make up some time in this rotation.
Yeah, last rotation had a time of 50.310, 50.310. You'd have to say that things are looking a bit rough, but sometimes the rough ones are the fastest ones. Let's see how we come across the line. What a grid. Never, ever took that off. Oh, boy, how lucky could you get? How many times did he have a go at getting out of the water there, Cavey?
Oh, he's hit the tyres. That was chine walking all the way down the middle chute towards the finish line.
But listen to this, a 49.985, 49.985. He got his sub 50 that he was looking for. He'll be pretty happy with it. But I can guarantee the heart rate's gone up a few times in there, and it's an amazing job just to get that across the line. Hey, Simon Gibbon, Paul Thompson, be our next 2 guys in. Novus Autoglass are their sponsors, and they have this brand new 650 horsepower package. This is only the 4th time they've driven this boat. It's practice day today, and it's not going too bad. Nice, smooth lines. They're really, really impressed with how much work they've done in a short time to get this boat and engine and everything hooked up. Canterbury's where they make their home, but today Meremere is where they're having their fun.
And going really nicely at the moment, heading down through the middle of the chute into the sharp right-hander. A little bit of a bobble. We're not going to worry too much out of that, out of the jet speed hull. Side Gibbon stands at about 6 foot, I don't know, 6 foot 13, 14, whatever it is. He's a very tall, skinny sort of a fella. And have a look at that. Must be Mr. Hollywood. He's got the GoPro right up there on the bow of the boat, and they're not actually got that GoPro pointed to the racetrack at all. They've got it, in fact, pointed to see the smiles on the dial as Side Gibbon gets across the line in, just waiting for that.
49.832. 49.832. There's another sub 50. And you know what, that GoPro, that'll be there. He's got a little family sitting at home in Canterbury. Sarah and the kids down there, they'll be looking at Dad's smiling, I think, after that time. Well done. So we go now to the Hustler, I believe.
Yeah, Warren Farr and Ben Thomas. Warren Farr from Taupo, the fitter and the turner, does a lot of work himself, and was competing in the Group Bs, and in fact was NZ number 3 in 2013. Stepped up here into the Group A's. He's got the Stinger hull and really looking very comfortable out there at the moment. Ben Thomas got the hand up there and pulls it down again. Now he's just giving him a guide straight through the flip-flops. Now gives him a push to the far end of the track. Watch this, he'll line him up through the chute. Ben Thomas will pull the hand down. No, he won't. He's actually done he's kept it up this time around. He made a liar out of me there, Wiggy. But anyway, that's okay. You can do that. It's not hard to do. I mean, they can take my advice because I certainly don't use it. Ben Thomas really animated there. Warren Farr really pushing and hustling the Hustler in the run for the line, down the middle chute.
Okay, they had a 49.618 previously. Now they've got a 50.010. 50.010. Is that as quick as they're going to get, Cavey?
Well, they'll go quicker than that. They I tell you what, the top 3 boats in the Group A's at the moment are only 0.2 of a second separated. So that is how it is hot at the top end of the tree. Neil Marshall now coming out on track with Eagle Automotive. Michelle Reid doing the navigational duties. Michelle, the registered nurse from New Plymouth.
Yep, they've got 650 horsepower pushing them around with an 8.5 inch jet unit behind them. Once again, 160 psi per inch coming out the back end of that hole. You add that 8 times that by 8.5, and that's how much boost you've got pushing that little 800 kilogram boat around the track. There's A lot of power there and a lot of speed, and at the moment their quickest time is 51.128. Very nice lines. This Eagle boat cuts around the corner. Good, smooth as butter on hot toast. They're just nice turns around there.
Yeah, very nice indeed. And these boats are incredibly light, ladies and gentlemen. They weigh almost as much as two fat blokes in a lunchbox, as Neil Marshall really firing it straight through there around Biolytics now across the line, and Neil Marshall with a time of 51.006. So he's about 1.2 seconds off the pace there, but really got to hurry on and starting to get where he needed to go. And this Group A field really starting to tighten up. All of the blokes, all of the ladies starting to show their hand now as we see Bevan and Kathy Muir approach the starter in the Teng Tools machine.
Once again, a very good team from Thames, and they have the 600 horsepower pushing their White Pointer Stinger Hole around. It's a Scott two-stage sprint unit. 10 Tools, Toyota Finance, Valley Toyota, Hydrolink and Prosper Mortgages Insurance looking after this team. Faster than a bullet out of a gun. Look how that machine gets themselves around that course. Boy, they look smooth, Cavey.
Yeah, really very confident. I haven't seen Bevan drive like this for some time. He's been a little bit, saw him a couple of years ago, was a little bit ragged edge. This time around, a little bit tough around that corner, but looking a lot smoother than I've seen him in a long time. Look a lot calmer, both he and Kathy in there at the moment. And on the far side of the track, into that crosswash, which we know unsettles that boat. Nice line through the flip-flops around Biolytics.
These guys
now.
are going.
They're really hustling. And that's going to be a very good time. Straight to the top of the time sheet with a 49.158. And that is 0.6 of a second quicker than Simon Gibbon.
I tell you, that's their quickest time so far. They've cut 0.2 of a second off their previous run, so well done to them. It's nice to see the Group A's down under that 50 seconds, and it's going to be a very tight competition. Our next boat in should be that of Usain Bolt, and it is Harry Whelans and Jason Conroy. Their fastest time so far, 52.161.
Yeah, so they've got a little bit of work to catch up there. But I spoke to Harry during the lunch break, and he said, look, I've just got to smooth out a few lines, not overthink what I'm doing. Just sort of get my head. Oh, it took a few bites going into the start of the big sweeper.
He got away with it.
Yeah, he did, but that would have rattled him just a little bit. Now, this is where the young shoulders needs to just get rid of that out of his head, just get on with the lap. Don't think about what happened, think about what you have to do.
Yep, and that is the difference between age. You know, like Peter Coey's been around this jet sprinting for 30-odd years and even more, but these young guys have let it go. Yep, she's let go on them and they've bounced it out.
Oh, no, that is a...
They've really got a trouble there, haven't they, unfortunately for them. But just have a look at the big screen, ladies and gentlemen. And
Another one gone, another one gone, another one bites the dust. Hey, another one bites the dust.
all right, we'll go to the replay here just as we come around. They're just lining it up for you. There was rough. It was always rough, and the back end got round and picked up the bank on them, and we'll go back and we'll have another look at it. Great crew, great team up here in the AV box doing a great job for us. And slow-moing it around the corner. See how bouncy it's getting. It's losing traction. The jet unit's not able to suck water the whole time. Lost his steering. Got a big kick in the water there. Big bounce. And ends up sliding up onto the bank and picking up some dirt, slowing them right down into the position they ended up in. So there you are, ladies and gentlemen. It's another one, as the music said, another one bites the dust. And they were trying to push it around there a little bit, but things were just getting rough. And Kavy and I have been talking all day about how low that boat sits in the front, and whether or not that's got anything to do with losing the tail like that, we're yet to know. But they'll work it out for next week, I guess. But they'll get themselves out of the water and back ready for the elimination rounds.
All right there, mate. Great work up there by the team doing all of the live stream and on to the big screen as well. We better run through a few of our on-track sponsors here. Direct Mechanical Diesel Generators, Ideal Electrical Supplies, of course, NZ, Enviroline, Myco of Wakefield, Ames Electrical and Drainage Systems. Just affecting the rescue of Harry Whelans at the moment. We'll take a short break and be back with you as soon as we get racing back underway. right, ladies and gentlemen, back with racing. Rick Burke, Firewater out on track at the moment. This is the Group A, and have a look at the way Rick Burke is approaching this. Very aggressive, straight off the line, and this Firewater boat really working super well at the moment. I just eased it off right through that difficult, tricky section of the track. The kidney twister is what we're calling it. And very smart, intelligent drive. Sets himself up for the hairpin. Set up beautifully.
Okay, their time so far, ladies and gentlemen, 50.032. So they're possibly looking at a sub 50 again. He's built up, got faster and faster all day. His first run was, that's
big
wild. Big oversteer, costing him valuable seconds. It may be a plus 50 now, let's see. And only the timer will tell us. Rick Burke and Alf Kill. Just bear with us as we stack the scores together. Ruben, we may need you back in the box, buddy.
Yeah, sometimes we get a little bit of a gremlin in here, and we do like to give it a bit of a boot from time to time, but he ran away.
Yeah, there's just a little bit of trouble, ladies and gentlemen. Every now and again, when they cross back under the timers, we have a little bit of trouble. We'll come back to you with Rick Burt and Alf Kill's time. Ruben, if you could make your way back to the box. Here we go, boat number 52. This is Blake Bryant and Kate Hugenbroek. Now look at this, ladies and gentlemen. They've been the fastest time all day on the water, 46.911 in qualifying round number 2. If you blink, you're going to miss this guy and this girl. This is fast. This is quick, man. That is on the wire, KV.
Absolutely. This young man, Blake Bryant, of course, comes from a New Zealand pedigree family that is synonymous with Stinger and jet sprinting in this country. Of course, his uncle and his father, both New Zealand champions throughout their careers. The young man's pedigree is unsurpassed, and he has really got this thing fired right up. And
driving like a man
look at the way he is going at the moment. This is qualifying round number 4.
Yeah, look at this. It's going to be the top. 46.598. 46.598. That's the quickest time so far. My goodness. That is incredible. He just drove it and drove it and drove it. Never slowed up once. Even a couple of little bobbles down here if he can get those smoothed out. But even when he had that little bit of trouble around that hairpin there where it got a bit deep, he just pumped it, pushed it, and got it out of there quick as he could.
He didn't worry about it at all, did he? Just kept his foot into it, and that is the best way to get him out of trouble. So I wonder how Sam Newdick's feeling at the moment. He might not have been told the time by his crew as he comes in and under starters' directions. But Sam Newdick and Blake Bryant really going head-to-head at the moment. What is Sam Newdick, the man coming on the track right now, going to reply with for Clearview and PSP Building Products?
Just to recap, Rick Bird had a time of 49.847 earlier on, 49.847, so he got his sub 50. This guy here in front of us right now, Sam Newdick's going to have to find himself a 46 to keep the pressure on Blake Bryant. And they've certainly got the technology underneath them, the experience and the ability, being the top competitors in New Zealand in the last 12 months. This is a good drive, starting off nicely, keeping it smooth. Boats cutting good lines around the top end here. Now back through the middle we go. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, here's the hard right-hander, nice and smooth. No delays in the action right there. Puts a twist on around the top end here, and straight back through the middle will come. Just slowed himself down a little bit there. Round the outside, back through the middle. KB, what do you reckon?
I'll tell you, Sam Newdick is really going to take this to the wire with the previous run of Blake Bryant. Remember, 46.598. Where's Sam Newdick in that? We'll just wait. 47.
Tie. It's a tie.
No,
isn't it?
46.
Oh,
Sam
46.
Newdick, a full second behind.
Oh, it
Blake
is too.
Bryant.
Gee, I need my eyes tested. I'm that excited. We're looking at the last 3 digits. It's a 1 second difference. Exactly.
Smack on.
Exactly.
Thousandths of
To
a
three,
second.
yeah, to 3 decimal places. It's right there. 1 second difference.
Blake Bryant 1 second clear in qualifying 4 of the reigning New Zealand champion Sam Newdick, who was just
incredible.
on course. So
That's incredible.
That's really just sort of going to mix the apples in the bag a little bit.
But don't forget now that we once we move into the elimination rounds in each one of these, KB, one small mistake and it's the end of the day.
Oh, absolutely. When they say elimination, if you get it wrong way, that is pretty much you're out. If you get it up on the dirt, you're definitely out. And that's the end of the day, and nobody wants to get up on the trailer early. We are now going to go to our final qualifying round for the Suzuki Superboat. the unlimited methanol sucking monsters, ladies and gentlemen. These boats have that much power. They actually suck the moon out of its orbit as it's spinning around this lovely planet of ours. The first man out will be Robert White, a man who has not sat in a boat for a number of years. They said it might take him a little while to come back on song.